Radical.
A couple days ago, I had an upload titled A Reason Why the Goku vs. Superman Death Battle is Wrong, Superman is Not Limitless, where I went into the fact, debating and debunking Death Battle, the fact that Superman in fact does have limits. A core argument that Death Battle had as to why Superman would beat Goku was not just he was really strong, but no, it's beyond strength. You see, Superman basically can't be beaten because he's limitless. Goku still has limits, and he always breaks the limits, but you can't break limitless. As silly as it sounded, that was what they put out there. Because Wiz and Boomstick, specifically, one of them, I forget which one, huge fan of Superman. Huge fan. And I'm not going to go, that might be another installment of reasons why the Goku versus Superman Death Battle is wrong. There's going to be several reasons. This is the second reason here. First reason, again, I debunked in that upload, I'll leave a link to it after this, why, in fact, Superman is not limitless. But here's the second reason. Sometimes it comes down to the eye test. Now, I'll put to you like this. Goku versus Superman is more than just two immensely strong characters going against each other in a fight. No, it's East versus West. It's anime versus comics. Whatever you want to call it, it was epic when it came down. When people heard about an online video pitting Superman versus Goku, that was the end-all be-all. Because you got similar characters. I'm not going to go into it again, but I went into how they're similar backgrounds, similar characters, immensely powerful, strong compared to their counterparts in their universes. But the second reason that they got it wrong, excuse me, was the eye test. And after this, I'll leave two links to two different uploads documenting two fights, two animated fights. Superman versus Doomsday and Goku versus Jiren. I'm watching Doomsday and Superman fight, and then there's one scene where, and these are still immensely strong characters, don't get me wrong. I'm not calling these weaklings. Superman and Doomsday are incredibly strong characters. Doomsday throws a vehicle at Superman, and he's trying to protect a citizen, and he's holding his hand against the roof of the car, trying to hold it back. Doomsday throws another car at him, and then he catches it in the other hand. Not catches it, but just not even catching it, holding it above him. But he's struggling. He's struggling a little bit to keep the cars from crushing each other. I'm thinking like, Super Duper Man is having difficulty if somebody throws a car that's only 2 tons at him? If that car was thrown at Jiren or Goku, it would just bounce off of their head. It would disintegrate. That car would fucking disintegrate upon impact just from the ki level just from the force that's around Goku or Jiren. But no, not here. Now, I mean, Superman's immensely stronger than, most, yet. I'm not trying to say Superman is weak relative to several other super duper powered beings, but they're just not on the same level as a Jiren or a Goku. It's still the eye test. Superman versus Doomsday does not pass the eye test to tell me, from what I saw, that they are anywhere near the level of the power being generated by Jiren or Goku. They're not. Plain and simple. It's different levels. It's as simple to me as looking at this fight. They're fighting on a bridge. There's bystanders nearby. Superman's getting knocked into cars, I think, at one time. Earlier than that, he gets knocked through 2 small buildings. But the punches, they don't seem to be gigantic. They're not. I mean, yes, they are, but they're not on the level of Goku versus Jiren. I'm sure, if you got hit by Superman, there wouldn't be much left of you. But I'm seeing these two characters fight each other, and it's just such a underwhelming fight. I'm not seeing a whole lot of technique from Superman. I'm not seeing a whole lot of martial arts. And if Superman is going all out with Doomsday, don't you think he would grab into his bag and take every damn thing out? Everything in his bag, if he was going to stop Doomsday. The problem here is he doesn't have a deep bag. The eye test is really important. Whether you are comparing to football teams, to basketball teams, whether it's two fighters in the ring, people have biases. Don't let your biases get in the way of your eye test. If you look at this clip, Superman versus Doomsday, and then you look at Goku versus Jiren, you'll come to the same conclusion that I did, that the power being exhibited from Doomsday and Superman is not on the same level. It's not on the same tier of a Jiren versus a Goku. It's as simple as this. They're punching each other. And yes, strong punches. At one point, Superman is being punched into the bridge by Doomsday. Very strong. Very strong. He's getting thrown on top of, into vehicles, denting the vehicles. Because he's a very durable guy. Of course, if he's thrown against a vehicle, the vehicle will buckle, not him. But I'm not seeing whirlwinds happening when they're fighting each other. I'm not seeing a lot of that. In fact, there's bystanders nearby when they're fighting, and if you look down, there's an angle to where it looks like some of these people are like 50, 60 feet away from this fight. If those same people, those same bystanders were anywhere near the Goku Jiren fight, they would be vaporized just from the ki alone coming off of one of them, especially Jiren. Jiren has a very destructive ki. I don't see how anybody can watch that and then watch this, Superman versus Doomsday, just looking at with your eyes. Open your eyes, man. The power being exhibited, full tilt, from these two monsters, behemoths, in Superman and Doomsday, is still strong compared to normal human beings. But that's where it ends. Because compared to the fighters in Dragon Ball Super now, we're past Dragon Ball, we're past Z, we're past GT. Compared to the fighters in Super, Superman and Doomsday, they can't hang. They just cannot. Not from a power level, not from a fighting experience level. I mean, I'm not saying Superman doesn't have a lot of fighting experience, but not from techniques. Everything exhibited in Dragon Ball is incredibly OP because it is a fighting anime. It's not just a fighting anime. It's a fighting anime with the powers of God level and beyond. And you're talking about people that are able to hold energy at the tip of their finger like Frieza with no effort and just fling it and just destroy a planet like it's nothing. So when it comes to this, you just have to use those eyes that you were given. And that's just one part of it. The other part, remember, number one, Superman is not limitless. Number two, the eye test. You watch a fight between Superman and Doomsday, it is nowhere near the level of a fight between some of these Dragon Ball characters. I got more in the future. But yeah, I don't mean to say anything bad about Superman. I love some of the comics I've read about him. I love some of the movies, specifically Man of Steel. So don't get it twisted. I'm not here to say one character is better than the other character. This is not that. This is just explaining to you all that Death Battle got it wrong. Both characters are great in their own way, so don't let it be about that. I just got to correct what Death Battle has done, and I'll do that in a series of uploads.